The Beretta PX4 Storm, this one in 40 caliber. Stick around, we're going to talk about it and we're going to shoot it. I want to welcome you to Rider's Range. Today we're taking a look at the Beretta PX4 Storm. This one is 40 caliber. We'll talk about other caliber options here in a minute. Beretta as a company is the longest lasting or the oldest active manufacturer of firearms components in the world. They've been in business since 1526, a little longer than I've been around. And they certainly make a wide variety of highly respected and reliable firearms. Now, the PX4 made its debut back in 2004, and currently several United States law enforcement agencies use it. More than a dozen countries around the world have issued this to their military. It's an interesting gun in that it looks kind of space age. Now, some people don't like how it looks. Some people think it looks too weird. It is a little bit different, but again, it has some interesting components in it that come from other guns. First of all, let's make sure this one is clear and empty, and it is. And the barrel in it is a rotating barrel. You can see how it rotates counterclockwise as the action opens. It's a lock breech, but it doesn't drop on a link like like many of the other guns do. So the barrel system comes from the Beretta 8000 series, but yet the fire control group comes from the Beretta 92 series with some changes, and it's put together in a totally different package. Again, kind of space shaped, I guess you might say, on the slide itself, and forward cocking serrations, rear cocking serrations. One thing that a complaint that I've heard about the 92 series is with the decocking system. As you run the slide, it's easy to run it down into decock or down into a safe position. The shape of the decocking safety system on the PX4 Storm, however, the way I grab it, and if you grab it by the cocking serrations, it actually has a tendency to pull up on the safety decocking lever, so it's not going to inadvertently push that down into decock and safe. This one is it's a 4-inch barrel, polymer frame, steel slide, of course, and does have a rail on it. If you want to mount something on it, just a single slot rail is all you're going to get out of it. The magazine release can be moved over to the right side, can be made for an ambidextrous. And a nice thing I like about it is I can work the magazine release on this without changing my grip. Can't do that on a lot of other guns. Rounded trigger guard, and instead of square, there's nothing to get your finger on the front. But then again, that's the old style shooting, not the modern style. But plenty of room in that trigger guard. The slide stop lever, there's a lot to get a hold of on that. They do make one that's, I guess, a little lower profile, so it doesn't snag necessarily when it's in the holster. And this is one of 4 different models. Well, first of all, they come in several different sizes. You can get this in the full size, which this is. You can get it in a compact. You can also get it in a subcompact. Now, the subcompact does not have the rotating barrel, but you can also get several variations. You get the C, D, F, and G, the F and G being the most popular. This is an F model, and for Beretta nomenclature, the F means it's traditional double action with a decocking lever that's also a safety. The G is basically the same thing, except the decocking lever is just that, and it springs back up. It doesn't stay in a safe position. Whereas the C is basically it's a constant, it's more of a half cock. There's no hammer spur on it. You can't run the thing in 2 different modes like you can the traditional double action here, first shot, and then single action subsequent shots. And then of course the D model is double action only. Those are a little more rare. These also come in a variety of calibers, 2 different 9mm. On the Beretta website, they list a 9x19 as well as a 9x21. Not a real common caliber, certainly around here. They also make this in a 40, which this is, and in 45. The only thing I really have to compare this to is, the closest I can personally compare it to is my Glock 23. I used to have a Glock 22. In fact, I used to carry that on duty once upon a time. Don't anymore. And this is comparative in length to the Glock 22. Excuse me, the Glock 23, but not comparable in height. Now the 23 would be the same size as the 17, so the closest I can come here is my 17C, and the barrel on the 17 is a 5-inch barrel versus the 4, of course, on the Beretta. So the slide on the 17/22 is going to be longer, but yet the height is going to be pretty comparable. The Glock, it's just a hair thinner, maybe, but not a lot. But yet you get back to the sight radius, actually does have an advantage even on the 23. Weight-wise, the Beretta, with, by the way, it's a 14-round steel magazine, and this does come with 2 of them. So with 14 rounds in the magazine, 180 grain ammunition, 1 more for the chamber. The Beretta comes in at 37.8 ounces, whereas the Glock, and again we'll use the 17, but it's going to be the same as the 22, with a 14-round magazine, is going to come in at 32.7 ounces. The Beretta comes in not just a cardboard box, but inside the cardboard box is a plastic box, and inside the plastic box, in addition to the lock, a quick speed loader, it comes with 2 additional back straps. One slim, one larger. The medium one comes on it, plus all the usual other stuff that comes with firearms these days. Even comes with a cleaning kit, which is certainly a nice touch. This gun has 3-dot sights. They claim to be luminescent type, so they're not tritium. You get light on them. They're supposed to glow. This gun's old enough. I really don't see that on this one, but they are 3-dot. They work fairly well, and you'll see in our shooting that it shot a little bit high with 180 grain ammo. I believe it was 180 if I remember right. At 15 yards, it was just a hair high. It did run the plates okay, except when I didn't do my job. Out at 25, it was still pretty good. Did miss a couple of times, but again, that's me, and I'm just not used to the action on this gun. Although I do have to say that this is a really, really smooth shooting gun. In fact, it's probably one of the best feeling 40s that I've owned.
There we go.
When I reached out to 50 yards, however, again, I was using commercial reloaded ammunition from a long time ago, and I struggled at 50 yards with this. And I'm going to blame some of that on me, and I'm also going to blame some of that on the commercial reloaded ammunition, which is certainly not designed as 50-yard ammunition. Don't have enough good factory ammo to really try this out. But it's not, for me, it's not a 50-yard gun. With the ammo I had, I bet if I had some good factory ammo, this thing would be really good at 50 yards. Let's see. We mentioned that it's a double action first shot, single action second shot. The double action trigger pull on this runs pretty consistent at about 7 pounds 12 ounces. It's a nice smooth trigger, and actually I like the feel of it. It's not objectionable at all. It feels like almost like a good revolver trigger. And again, 7 3/4 pounds, that's fine. I can live with that. The single action, it has a lot of take up, but it's short, it's crisp, almost no noticeable over travel, and single action breaks consistently at about 4 1/4 pounds, and fairly long reset, and then some take up again. So it's not right at the wall after the reset. But again, it's there's no creep in it. It's a good feeling trigger, double action or single action. And again, I'm not going to blame the trigger on why I didn't shoot the way I thought I should shoot. Again, single action, there's just a little bit of over travel on it. We mentioned polymer frame. Oh, this also will take the 17-round magazine that comes with the CX4 Storm. We did a review on that. I'll post the link up here on it. And that's, in fact, I bought these together, the CX4 carbine as well as the PX4, just so that I'd have a pistol and a carbine that had the same caliber and used the same magazines. So this is actually I do like the gun. I'm just not a double action first shot fan, and I've shot some others. I've got a CZ. I have shot a number of other double action first shot guns that just, yeah, they're okay. They take some getting used to, and I know that there are a lot of people who really swear by it, and if you spend a lot of trigger time with it and get used to it, great. I'm a 1911 guy, so I'm just really not used to having two different trigger pulls, but this gun does work very nice, and that rotating bolt really seems to lessen the recoil on it. Just really like the way this gun shoots. Feel-wise, accuracy-wise, again, I think it's an ammunition and a me combination that just didn't really work well together. But more trigger time. I probably don't have 500 rounds with this gun yet, and certainly I haven't spent enough continuous time with it to get used to it. I bought this, my gosh, probably 7 or 8 years ago, and they're currently going for manufacturer's suggested retail price, depending on what you've got on it, $650 to $750. Back in the day, I paid around $600 for this, and now you can find them on the pre-owned market for anywhere from $6 to $8, depending. Now they did make a special model that's I saw one on one of the auction sites for like $1,500, but you don't see a lot of those. In addition to the multiple calibers, the 3 different sizes, the 4 different types of action. These also come in a multitude of finishes: two-tone, inox, FDE, a variety of flavors, if you will. The looks on this are maybe a little bit controversial. I don't have any objection to it. I kind of like the looks on it. Flat top slide, traction certainly on the front of the grip. It's good traction, nothing really on the side, but there's decent traction on the back. And I did a fair amount of shooting when we took this out to the range. It was a little chilly out. I didn't have any slippage issues with it. So the traction is where I need it, to the extent that I need it. So that's just a relatively quick look at the Beretta PX4 Storm to go along with my CX4 Storm carbine. If you like this video, hey, we really do appreciate a thumbs up. If you have any ways to share this to get the word out, we really appreciate it. So share it with whatever platform you may have. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Click on the notifications bell so you know what's coming up in the future. Comments on this video down below are highly appreciated. Comments on anything else at info@ridersrange.com. And again, a quick look at the, maybe not so quick, I'm trying to shorten these up a little, at the Beretta PX4 Storm, and this one in .40 caliber. Thanks for dropping into Riders Range.